On the horizon, we have the paper prototype assignment. And this is going to be a paper version of your e-learning lesson. Obviously, you'll all submit it as a digital document, but what we mean by this is that it's not your fully functional e-learning product. It's going to be a written version of it. And it's worth 25 points. There's no set number of pages. You use however many pages you need. What's going to be in that paper? First thing is going to be your e-learning proposal. You're going to have a flowchart, a wireframe or a set of wireframes, all the content, and a self-evaluation using Merrill's 5-star rating scale. So remember, by week 5, all that content needs to be prepared. Your instructional content, including all text, graphics. If you're creating a video yourself or an animation and you have not done the video clip, you need to have a script and a storyboard. Otherwise, you have to include the link to the video so I can see it. If you're doing audio, you may include the script or a link to the actual audio file. You have to have the instructions for students laid out, within the content, and all assessments in the right place where they go in terms of the learning experience. And in addition to that, you're going to have instructions for developers, because you will remember that this assignment is meant to be kind of like a specs document that you would give somebody else to develop your learning experience. By week 7, you're going to turn this into your actual digital prototype, and it's going to be a fully functional e-learning lesson in digital format, and you also have to conduct a formative evaluation with just a few potential target learners, so prepare for that. As an overview, if you go to the assignments link on the website and you scroll down on the page, you'll see the assignment requirements document. And what this document includes is all the information that you need to complete this assignment successfully, all the different sections that it must include, and it starts with an overview of the assignment. So a couple of tips to work with this assignment. You are going to write it as if you were handing it to somebody else for development. That means you have to step out of your shoes, and all those ideas that you have in your head, you have to communicate them in writing to me in terms of how you will lay things out. So you present all your content in the order in which it's laid out, but also whenever there needs to be some type of guidance in terms of this goes here, this goes there, present this first, present this next. The students should be able to see this until they do that. All those kinds of things that you're going to have in your head, you're going to have to put them in paper. And so you can color code the types of screens and pages or pages, and use that color coding throughout the document when you're preparing your flowchart, when you're doing your wireframes, anywhere else. Be consistent. Otherwise, if you don't feel like color coding because your paper will look like a rainbow, then title the screens or pages, or the types of screens or pages, and then refer them using the same names throughout the document consistently. I suppose color coding is the easiest way to, sort out what kinds of screens you have throughout your document. And then highlight the instructions for the developer. So when you're communicating, okay, this is my introduction and it should go in this type of screen, and then you may provide additional guidance for the developer. Just make sure that they are highlighted somehow, so that I know that those are instructions for me and not instructions that I would put on the screen for students to see. So what goes in here first? Your e-learning proposal is the first item. You're basically just going to copy and paste the e-learning proposal at the beginning of this document. Just make sure that it is revised. If I told you that you needed to work on something, fix it. Otherwise, you risk up to a 5-point deduction, and we don't want that.